truth all Lightworkers and Starseeds must know in 2019. This is going to blow your mind. You didn't stumble upon this video by chance, and this is going to blow your mind. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and let's dive right into this video. Lightworkers Starseeds, here is what you need to know. I'm going to clip to me outside of my yard, and let's dive. So, the term Lightworkers, you think about what is reality actually. It's light. It's a bunch of vibrating light photons that we're so accustomed to seeing that our physical senses start to believe that they're solid. We call that solid stuff matter. So we start to think that we're these physical beings, but really, everything's made of light. So what are you? You're actually a light worker. Matter. What is matter? Matter is literally not solid. We always thought it was solid. But then, when we got more sophisticated in science, we found that an atom, an A-T-O-M, atom, the physical building blocks of the universe, that I would think I'm made out of, and my yard is made out of, and I'm standing right in this epic spot because if I go too closer, I get too much wind. Right here is absolutely perfect. An atom is the physical building blocks of the universe, but when they get and they look at it, an atom is actually 99% empty space. So the term Lightworker Starseeds, what does any of that mean? Well, think about what reality is, first of all. All reality is a bunch of light photons that are vibrating so fast that our physical senses perceive it as solid objects, but they are not solid objects. The wall isn't a solid object, and my body isn't a solid object. Your body is not a solid object. It's a bunch of light photons moving. It's a bunch of energy mass moving so quickly that our physical senses perceive it. Your eyes are perceiving it as if it's a solid object. And we're also not perceiving it with our senses. You're not just perceiving reality with your senses. You're perceiving it with your memory, actually. Because our whole life, we've been conditioned to believe that these are solid objects. So we're calling upon our memory also. And our memory is saying, this is what matter is. This is called matter. The wall is called matter. Your bank account is called matter. Anything that you want in the physical universe is called matter. What is matter made of? Matter is made of atoms. What are atoms made of? Well, we used to think they were solid objects, but actually come to find out that 95 to 99% of an atom is empty space. It's a bunch of light information that's vibrating so quickly that our eyes can't, that the most powerful microscopes in the world can't perceive it. We perceive it as empty space. It's a bunch of light packets of information vibrating so quickly. So what are you? All you are is light. You're a bunch of light photons. You're a bunch of information that's vibrating so quickly that it seems to be solid here in third dimension. Where does all this light come from? It comes from one originating source. You can call that God, you can call that the universe, you can call it energy, consciousness, divine mind. It doesn't matter what you call it. Alan Watts says you cannot get wet by the word water. But it's the energy behind it. And you are one with that energy. So the term Lightworkers is a term for like people that are raising the consciousness of the world and all these. There's a bunch of other terminologies, and it's kind of like new souls. There's starseeds, indigo children, all these things. But you take a step back and you say, what is like the overall framework of conversation around a Lightworker? Is someone who's raising the consciousness of the world, like a unique soul, right? And you think about, how do we change the world? Well, how do you change your world, first of all? Well, if everything is light, then the way that you can change the world is by not memorizing your old patterns. So remember I said that you see reality not with just your physical senses, but also with your memory? Because we've been told so long that this is a wall. So we're seeing with cells of recognition in our brain based off of, we fired these brain cells, these nerve cells so long that like we're certain that this thing is so. Similarly, you fired for so long how much money you can make. You fired for so long your love life. You fired for so long, and we collectively have fired for so long what the human race and what human history is about, where we're at. We have this problem, we have this problem, we have this problem. And we think we're stuck in this. And so the term light workers becomes a popular term because it's people like uplifting the consciousness of the world. Well, get this. If everything is light, the greatest mission that you have as a human being, as a soul here on planet Earth, because what you are is a multi-dimensional soul. You're all you really are is just energy, and here you are collapsed into third-dimensional reality. And the most powerful thing that you can do is take control of your own mind and express your individual rights as a creator. We're all an individualization of that one substance, God, whatever it is you want to call it, spirit, energy, it doesn't matter. But we're all one with that. You are one with that. And you're here in order to express that, to act out your higher powers. And those higher powers are powers of creation, where instead of accepting the world as it is and saying, oh, that's just the physical world, you take a step back and you say, this physical world isn't physical. It's a bunch of light photons. And I can, using the image powers of my mind, using my own mental faculties, I can reimagine my world differently, and I can activate new brain cells, and I can produce a different reality. Now, the greatest mission that we all have on planet Earth is to show everyone this power. Through our own life, to show you can attract more money, you can attract your soulmate, you can do all these things. And then the higher thing is that you can make the changes in the world that you aren't sure you can make. Differences to help your community out or whatever it is, but it all stems back to understanding that we're all light workers because we're all light. That's science. You're just light. And how you express your light is up to you. But you have mental faculties, you have a brain that allows you to process the higher dimensional light, the non-physical intelligence, God, spirit, consciousness, and your mental faculties allow you to process that and create it, and create and make manifest the higher energy of God here in third dimension, the higher energy of the universe here in third dimension, much like when I was a kid, and I was in school, they'd have the projectors, and there was a laminated image. They'd put the laminated image up, and then the light would project it onto the screen. So that laminated image could be anything. It could be one of an elephant. It could be one of $1 million. And then when the light photons would laminate that, it would shoot up on the screen for the whole class to see. Well, your mind works the same way. You're harnessing the non-physical intelligence like that, and you're putting different images, much like the laminated thing that could be an elephant or $1 million. You're putting images with your own conscious free will inside your mind, and you're projecting them out into reality. And what I'm here to say to you is anything that you want, you can have. The money you want, you can have, because the perceived lack of that money is quite simply an illusion. The perceived lack of you not being able to track your soulmate because the last 7 times it hasn't worked out, it really is actually an illusion. And because it's an illusion, that's what allows you to change it. Because if everything is light, your thought energy is what allows you to start to rearrange it. Steve Jobs said it in a way that I love. He said, when you realize the world was built by people who are smarter than you, you can mold it, shape it, and change it however you want. So what everybody must know is that the power of God is literally, the power of the universe is within your own mind. And you're using this power at every second to produce reality, to produce light photons that are vibrating so quickly that they appear to be solid objects. So it's all energy. And you say, yeah, but how do your thought, you can't see your thoughts, but you can't hear a dog whistle when you blow a dog whistle, can you? But you know that the dog whistle is actually working because your dog comes, because it can perceive more sound than you can. Thought and all those images In your mind, you imagining your dream financial reality, you imagining you making the difference that you want to make in the world, you imagining attracting your soulmate, you imagining us having a more enlightened civilization, all these things, and the world living with more love and kindness and compassion, like anything you imagine, it already exists. It just exists at a light frequency that's beyond the third dimension. And what happens is people use all the feedback from the outside world to control their thoughts. They say, yeah, but look at my bank account. Yeah, but look at how crappy our world is. There's this problem and this problem. And yeah, look, my last 7 relationships haven't worked out. They're using the information. All reality is information. And they're using the information at every second. When you're watching this right now, this is a bunch of the computer or iPhone that you're on is a bunch of light photons that are vibrating, and it's information, and your eyes are picking up that information and they're sending signals back into your brain, and that's how you're processing reality. And what happens is people only live from that place, so they think reality is what they see. Reality isn't what you see. That's a very small portion of reality. It might be your present reality, but you're not bound to those circumstances. You're not bound to what if you log in your mobile banking right now and you see how much money, you're not bound to that. You're an individualization of God. But as long as the images you form in your mind, you say, I'm broke, I don't have money, as long as what your bank account says controls what you think, you can never live greater than your present circumstances. Bob Proctor said it in a way that profoundly impacted my life. He said, does your thinking control your bank account? Or does your bank account control your thinking? Does your thinking control your bank account, or your bank account control your thinking? We're not just talking about money, talk about any area of your life and you use the same thing. Think about the news. Could it be possible, which is predominantly negative, everyone's arguing all these things. Could it be that we're constantly feeding into that same story and producing that same thing again? What if instead you took a step out of that, I took a step out of that, we took a step out of that, and we said, okay, the images I'm forming in my mind, everything is light, and I can start to give life to new realities. I believe that what everyone has to know is that you are literally God. You aren't the God, but there's no separation between you and the one infinite power. And you have to start living like that. You deserve to have the money you want. You must start living in love and treating people kindly and compassionately when people disagree with you, to not allow that to affect you because you have a higher mission on earth. You must start to believe that you're good enough to attract love. You must start to believe that you're worthy of attracting your soulmate. And this is what higher dimensional consciousness means. You're no longer letting your consciousness be controlled by the light photons, the matter, the physical reality, because it's not physical anyways. And what happens is people stay in a vibrational holding pattern their whole life where they perceive reality only as great as the information that they see around them. So they say, well, my report cards, I was a C student, therefore this is about how much money I'm ever going to make. I didn't have the right education. And so they're perceiving reality from a very small lens. Well, my last 7 relationships haven't worked out. And this is about what everyone says you can expect in life. This about what everyone says you can expect as an income earning potential. This is about what you can expect in terms of relationships. Life's a bitch, and then you die. And we're using all this outside information to create our reality. But we have to take a step out of that. And we have to start giving credence, giving attention to new realities, to beautiful realities, to spiritual realities where you have the money you want, you're living in the home you want, you're able to be as generous as you could possibly be. You're able to donate to the causes that you want to donate. You've attracted your soulmate. You guys are enjoying a beautiful life. You're feeling happy, harmonious, healthy. It doesn't upset you when other people don't agree with you. And you know that we're all just here as spiritual beings learning certain lessons, and you've chosen to live with love, and you're operating from this higher energy. Now, that may be my idealized thinking, but that's the way that I look at this life. And if there's an overarching point of this video, it's this: everything is light. Everything is light. The term light workers, we're all light workers. Because all reality is light anyways. And so the whole terminology comes from like creating more goodness in the world, right? A light worker, creating more goodness. The way that I can create more goodness in this world is to start to express yourself from your true divine nature. That you are an individualization of God. It's starting for you to live a fully abundant life, not limited by this and that. It's for you to believe that you're worthy of attracting the money you want, the love you want, the happiness you want. And as this begins to occur, we all start to raise our consciousness and we say, wow, thought actually plays a powerful part in creation. It is actually what's creating our physical world. Let's reimagine a new world, a more beautiful world, a world where we have solutions to all of our problems, a world where people can live in financial freedom, a world where people can don't believe that they're not good enough to attract their soulmates. And what happens is we start to realize that thoughts become things. Everything is light. Comment down below, thoughts become things, everything is light. Comment down below, thoughts become things, everything is light. Let me know what you think about today's video. You can comment it right in over there down below. Please make sure, if you haven't yet, you hit the subscribe button, the bell notification right over there. The bell notification is what notifies you for new videos. So even if you already subscribed, just double check you've actually hit that bell notification right over there on the side. Comment down below, everything is light. Comment down below, everything is light. And if you haven't yet, make sure that you download and begin to use my software, The Second Mind. I made a software so that we could start creating from the higher realities that are really possible for you. Most people create out of, as we talked about, out of reaction to the world, and then it gets wired into their brain, and their limitations get wired into their brain. And neuroscience tells us that that nerve cells that fire together wire together. So it creates your neurocircuitry, your brain gets used to producing reality from a limited lens. But if you could rewire it all, your whole life can change. So I created a software, The Second Mind, that's going to do that for you. And it's right there down below. It's free to demo. It's thesecondmind.com. Right there down below. It's thesecondmind.com. It's free to demo. So go ahead, demo The Second Mind right there down below to train your brain for these new realities and what it is that you truly deserve and can create out of life and light. So comment down below, everything is light, thesecondmind.com. And I'll talk to you later. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the bell notification. YouTube actually won't let you know about my videos unless you actually hit the bell notification. So it's right over there. So even if you already subscribed, double check you've actually hit that bell notification right over there on the side. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you download my free success hypnosis right there down below, jakeshypnosis.com, and I'll see you on the next video.